What's your favorite scary movie?
What's the Boogeyman?
You hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish, understand? It's showtime.
I'm ready.
Hi, guys, and welcome to You Can't Kill the Boogeyman podcast. I'm your host, Robby.
I'm Sammi.
And we have new shirts.
Woohoo! I did not wear mine today because I'm rocking Michael Myers for another reason.
Yes.
And what is that reason?
We have a special show today.
Yes.
We have Halloween, Death Walks Among Us. It's a new fan film coming out.
Filmed right here in Florida.
Right here in Florida. And so on this episode, we have the cast of it.
Mm-hmm. We're so excited to talk.
We're very excited to get this out and talk to the crew and everything. If you're a big fan of Michael Myers and Halloween, we are covering Halloween movies. Mm-hmm. This falls right into it.
Yeah, this is a good lead into that because that series is about to kick off for us.
Yes, it is.
Can't wait.
Yes. Well, definitely let us know what you think of the interview.
Mm-hmm. Check out the information for the movie. We'll have all of that available in the show notes. And plus, we talk about it in the show, too. We'll promote it, you know. So listen and read. And you'll be able to find the movie when it's available on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. So you ready to get started?
Yes.
All right.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Well, we want to first thank you for coming on the You Can't Kill the Boogeyman podcast.
Yes, thanks for coming on tonight.
Why don't you start with Rick and introduce yourself and what your role is in the movie and go from there.
Okay, my name is Rick Danford. I'm the co-writer and director of the movie.
Okay.
Awesome. Do you want to go to Lexi next?
Sure.
Lexi, you can go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lexi Baca, or Alexis Baca, and I play Mrs. Myers in the movie.
All right. Awesome. Diana?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Diana Durango. I played the older Lori, the sister of Michael. So amazing. Yes, it's great.
All right. And last but not least.
Okay. My name is Kevin Kedgley, and I play the Shape, aka Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm Wendy Feliciano. I was the makeup artist and co-writer of the story.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess this first question is for Rick. Like, what is your background? How did you get started in all this?
Well, I stayed at a mental institution for quite a long period of time, but no. I'm just, I've been a horror writer and a fan of horror from, oh my God, since birth, I think, and was writing stories. And I'm an independent filmmaker. I've made several different short horror films. I've made one feature film and getting ready to make another one.
Okay.
So basically, I've just been a fan of pretty much all things horror. So, and as a fan of the Halloween series, so it just seemed like a natural fit.
Very cool.
So you guys both co-wrote this together.
Yes.
Yes.
So how did this idea spawn? Were you just watching it one day and you were like, I think we should do our own spin on this?
No, this actually is basically what it is there was a competition that was down here called the Creature Feature Horror Challenge, and we participated in it the last couple of years. It's one of those 2-week film challenges where you gather as much material as you can prior to making a selection, and then they select the genre and the creature, and you have like 1 or 2 days to write a script, shoot it, and you have to have a completed short film in 2 weeks. So we were prepping to do this again this year, so we started putting together our cast and crew of the people that we know are going to be available and can do things quick. And we were all set, ready to do it. And then just a couple days before the event, they ended up canceling the event. So we decided we were all together. We had pretty much earmarked that one weekend to shoot. Let's do something. So rather than try to, develop another short story, I came up with the idea that why don't we do a fan film? I've seen several of them that I really liked. And I thought, like, we've never done something like that before. So let's take a shot at it. And if we're going to do that, let's do horror. And if we're going to do horror, how can you not do Halloween? So
Right. Michael Myers is a fan favorite.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So how long did it take you guys to write the script?
It was pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, Wendy had come over and we started it. And I think after she left, I wrote the rest of it. I think it was probably like over a day, maybe just a day to put it together.
Yeah,
It
just a day.
it just kind of
pretty
flowed quick. Yeah.
We just
120
kept throwing
pages.
ideas back and forth, and they just kind of flowed.
Not 120 pages. It's a 30-minute short.
Oh, it's a 30-minute. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was half an hour.
I was like, okay, wow.
That would have been impressive. Though.
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah. Oops. Oops. That's awesome. That's really
very
cool.
cool though. Yeah.
Putting a 30-minute short together is hard to do. We wrote an OIF film, and that was took us a while to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So
the story just kind of flowed. It really did. I was telling Wendy the whole time that it just seemed like the ideas were coming to me, and it just was happening so quick and so smooth. It was it was almost like nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Very
makes sense.
cool.
So this goes with the franchise, or you guys do your own spin on it? How does
Like your
that
own version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a complete reenactment or not
Reimagining.
Reimagining, yeah. We developed a whole new Michael Myers story. Some of the things that always bugged me about the original film, as far as how Michael became what he is and stuff, we went back and we researched a lot. I ended up looking at the original novelization from the first movie and learning about some different things, aspects that they explained that made things make a lot more sense that they didn't use in the movie. So we incorporated all that stuff, and we kind of created a whole new Michael Myers story and opened it up to a shared universe. Not that I want to tease anything.
Did you guys explain it?
You guys are so meticulous to like maintain integrity of like, no, this has been there all the time. This is we're gonna make sure that like there are things like little tiny nuggets. You're like, oh wait, and as you watch, this is like a movie not to just watch once, but multiple times, almost like an M. Night Shyamalan, where you like pick up things.
Yeah.
They're like little nuggets that they like kept on making sure. No,
there's a few Easter eggs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody reached out to you guys individually about the roles and the parts and everything like that. How did you guys figure out?
Like get involved in the project.
Yeah.
I saw a post on Facebook.
Okay.
He put a post on Facebook, and that's when how you apply or audition for a role. You send in, your acting reel, your resume, monologues, anything like that, and then they'll send back sides that you read and self-tape.
Yeah, and
everybody jumped on it.
Yeah, Lexi actually drove to my house and laid in front of my car. I couldn't leave my driveway until I gave her the role, so it worked out.
I was like, please.
But, all right, you're gone. I got to go to work.
Yes.
I didn't have many sides.
Well, you don't speak.
No, you don't speak.
Yeah.
You don't speak.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
He speaks with his eye, and his knife.
Right.
I think we were working with you, Kevin, right before you got this part.
Literally,
right before, and then you announced it.
The curse.
Yeah, you announced it, and you were like, "I got the part," and then I was like, "What's going on?" And then, how did you feel in that moment? Like when you were just like, "I'm going to play this iconic character."
When I got the part that was going to be Michael Myers, I was stoked about it. The only thing I had to do was just worry about getting the costume together, and
Well, you make your own costume.
Yeah.
Well, this one I actually got the coveralls from Walmart on sale. They're like $1 each.
There you go.
So I was lucky with that. Usually they're like $45 a pair, and I'm like, holy shit, I got like 5 pair. Excuse my French, but and then I got the mask later on. One of my friends, a good friend of mine named Justin Mabry, he's the
right.
He's the maker of the mask from Trick or Treat Studios.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
To go with what Kevin was saying, that just goes to show you that it just seemed like every time something came along in this film, things just came together. He was looking for overalls on them for $1 a piece.
Yeah.
We were looking for a trench coat for Dr. Loomis, and we couldn't find one. I ended up getting one from Amazon, and it looked like crap. So I was starting to worry, wondering what's going to happen. And I ended up deciding at the last moment, let me shoot by this Goodwill here by my house. And there was one is hanging there on the shelf for $12, and it looked identical to the one from the movies. It was crazy.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So
That's
cool.
really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Diana, tell me how it was to play Laurie. Like
Another iconic
That's
role.
an iconic character.
So, I'm going to tell you this. I did not see any of those movies until I shot this movie here. I did not. I'm the person that will pee her pants. If I can't sleep. I will think that things are touching me.
Okay.
I look at her and I look at her, I'm like, oh my God, there's no way I could play Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, it's Jamie Lee freaking Curtis, you know?
Right.
It's like, to me, acting like Jamie as Lori is like acting like Meryl. I'm like, you just can't do it. And somebody just said, and I think Rick, you said it, we're like, Diana, just do your thing, just scream. I've worked with Rick before, and that is, I don't know how to explain it. Being this woman, there is a lot of trauma that I've gone through in my life.
Right.
So looking at Lori, she's traumatized. There's so many odds and ends that just don't make sense to her. It's very similar to myself. And I went in not wanting to know who the hell Kevin was. I'm like, screw off, Kevin, whatever. I don't want to know you. And I just really wanted to get into my head. And it really, watching that man, now Kevin, walk up those stairs and do that like turn, I swear to you, it just gave me goosebumps. Everybody, I mean, who was the nurse who played the nurse?
Crystal.
She couldn't look at him.
Yeah.
She could not look at him. She was like, I don't want to look, I don't want to look, I don't want to look.
Yeah.
I mean, it was,
By the end, she was okay.
Yeah.
By the time it was all said and done and over,
it was
she was good.
intense. I mean, even like Lisa, it was Wendy's daughter, amazing actress. We always tend to like work so well together. Even Lisa and I was like, we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this. I had to protect my friend, and we're friends outside of this as well. So I was there protecting the life of my friend. And here's this man coming in with, you know, the knife, and, you know, we really make it work. And then dragging Lisa up the stairs, that was just huge. That was fun. Yeah, she's like, can you drag me up the stairs? And I was like, yeah, we're going to do that.
Oh, wow.
You know, dragging her up the stairs, which that was an awesome night. You know, it was pretty great. I mean, working on Rick's sets, there are things I get a little touchy because I'm a pure method actor.
Right.
But he makes it work. Wendy makes it work. Everybody on this set makes it work. It's a family.
It's a family. It's definitely a family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How was the audition process for you getting Lori? Like, did you have to do pretty much the same stuff, or self-tape?
I've worked with Rick before, and Rick extended Lori out to me, and I wanted to make sure that I could do it. And I said, let me make sure that I can really connect with her first.
Okay.
And I went over, and again, like every single time, there's probably been like one that I didn't connect with Rick, but every single time, and I'll say no at that point, but I goosebumps. And that is where I'm like, no, this is amazing. This is a great character. It's not only just a script where there's one single arc. There's so many sub arcs, so many different storylines to follow. And not only that, I mean, when I'm on set, I look at the camera and I'm like, I at least want to see one shot. And the cameraman, I mean, I looked and I was beyond impressed with Salo and what Chuck was doing. I was so impressed with
it was
the
very
shot. And I'm like, and I commend him. So that was just for me to say that, and I'm picky. I'm very, very picky.
Now, in this movie, there's Michael Myers' mother. That is like blowing my mind. How was playing that?
Yeah, how was it?
It was amazing. So this film, we start off when he was a little boy.
Okay.
So you'll see how he, you know, when he first, before he becomes Michael Myers, the iconic killer, and then how he gets to become, and then after. So it was cool to play his mother because I got to start with him when he wasn't the killer, Michael Myers, and then the after Michael Myers, you know. So I was so excited to play that role.
Very much so. Did you guys teach him how to drive in this one?
Right. No, not this one. Maybe the next one.
You know how when in the other Michael Myers, he just jumps in and he gets in and he knows how to drive perfectly.
Yeah, no, we didn't explain that one from the original movie.
No.
We only
No, we didn't. I was hoping that would be in there.
Man.
So where did you guys shoot this at? Like where? I know it's shot in Florida, but where in Florida?
Yeah, where exactly?
Everywhere.
Yeah, well, no, it was.
We did some
had how many
Riverview.
locations?
So
We had
Land O'Lakes.
Riverview.
Yeah.
We had what do you call it? The motor coach
Land
place in Largo.
Clearwater. Yeah.
Clearwater, right? We had my house. We had Salo's house.
Terry
Land
Ann's.
O'Lakes,
Yeah.
all around the Central Florida area, pretty much. Several different locations.
Did Salo's neighbors ever say anything about the screaming?
Not that I'm aware of. No, they may have moved out. I'm not sure.
How many hours did you guys shoot? Was it a short? I mean,
the last night was like 18 hours.
Ooh, wow.
Come on, 17 and a quarter.
17
You gotta be specific. Okay.
Okay.
A half.
Yeah, it was an 18-hour shoot, and that was because we could either get it all done, and we pretty much told everybody that, we're going to really push it here. But at the end of the day, if we go ahead and push it and stay these extra couple hours, we can wrap it all and get it done now, or we'll have to come back the following weekend and get it done. And everybody was so spent, they all just said, "Hey, look, we're already here. Let's just do it, knock it out." I think that was the best.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I got to ask this for my film geeks.
Yeah.
How many cameras did you guys use to shoot?
2.
2, okay. What do you guys shoot on?
Chuck's, I believe, was the Sony, and I think Salos is a Blackmagic.
Okay.
No, very cool.
And they use vintage lenses to match the film look and everything, so it's flawless.
That was my next question. How did you match that together?
Oh yeah,
my film brain is working.
Yeah,
and so
Salos a genius, and he made it work.
How was doing all the special effects and makeup on set? Like, I'm sure that has to be
is amazing.
I had this whole when we were writing the story and I Rick finished it. I read through it and I was picturing in my head how everything should look, and I just started making things. And I mean, the stuff just comes into my head and I go with it. And so I made some prosthetics and made it work, and it was good.
Well, it's a funny story, because as we were writing this script, I guess Wendy had a little too much wine, so she said, "Okay, let me go ahead and do all the effects." And once she did that, I figured, well, I'm going to teach her a freaking lesson. So I just tried to conjure up as many really cool and gnarly and weird effects as I could, and think I'd stump her, but no, she nailed it.
Yeah, and he then calls me later on and he's like, "Can you do this? Can you do that?" And I was like, "I'll do it."
He kept challenging her, and she was overcoming everything. So yeah,
absolutely.
She made this body part. I'm not giving it away. Look at, I was like, "There's no way."
Somebody mute Diana.
Diana, that's awesome.
It was so good. It was so good.
That's awesome.
We add to Michael Myers's mystique a little bit with this one. We definitely took him up a level, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the more challenges I get, the more I'll do. Like,
how many?
Nothing's out of range for me.
How many projects have you guys all worked together with? Like with Rick, especially.
For me, I worked with him, I think, for I'd say like almost 4 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And how many have we done, Rick?
I think we've done 4 projects together, but technically I actually met Wendy because her daughter Lisa worked with me on Mirror Mirror. Wendy didn't actually work with me on Mirror Mirror, but that's how I met her, was through Lisa working with her. And then after that, she worked with me like at least 3 projects.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we've checked out all of your IMDb pages, and you guys are all steadily working in the entertainment industry. What got you guys into this business?
How'd you get started?
Yeah. Why?
Go first.
Okay. Well, I'll start it. Yeah. So I met Rick through a Creature Feature Challenge where my daughter was playing in Mirror Mirror, Tale of Blood, and we started talking, and I wanted to be a part of the film industry, and so I started doing production assisting. And kind of learning all the behind the scenes stuff. And then before you know it, on the foretelling, I did the set design. And then he put me up to a challenge when we did God Help Us, and I wanted to do the special effects makeup on there. And then Diana was like, "Oh my God, you're so good. You need to do this for real." And so I was like, let me try that out. So ever since then, that's what I've been doing. I've been teaching myself how to do it. I haven't gone to school or anything. I'm just a creative person, and that's where I'm at right now.
Very cool.
Special effects is hard though. And if you can get them down, you're getting in there, you're making it. So I commend you for that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love it.
It's awesome. She does a great job. Fantastic.
I'm sure you guys go well. You make your own weapons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Oh yeah, we work on stuff together.
We're actually working on stuff right now together. So yeah.
How about you, Kevin? How did you get involved in this industry?
Well, back about 6 years ago, my friends were regulars on The Walking Dead.
Okay.
And they just told me to put my information and my pictures and everything in, headshots. And from there on, I was mostly a background actor on like 30-something projects. And then up in Atlanta. And then I got wind about OIF, which is Orlando Independent Filmmakers, as you all know. And I just got cast for many roles for that. And when it came time for me to be a killer, I talked to Rick and I said, hey, I would like to be a killer. And he's like, yeah. Do you have a costume? He's like, yeah. He asked me, do I have a costume? I said, no, but I can make one real quick. And I actually provided the knives and everything for the movie. And I made the costume like I described earlier.
Right.
We kind of figured you did that, honestly.
Exactly.
From your Facebook and Instagram posts. Oh, we're making a new weapon.
Mm-hmm. Not surprised.
How about you, Alexis? How did you get involved in this industry?
So I started when I was a little girl. I was born in California, and out there I was in lots of movies and TV shows. My aunts and parents put me in when I was 5 and 6 years old. So I was on Jingle All the Way.
Really?
Schwarzenegger. I was on Santa with Muscles.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was on Santa with Muscles with Hulk Hogan. I was on Switchback with Dennis Quaid. I was on ER, the John Larroquette Show. So I started, when I was a little girl, and I love it.
Funny thing is, I actually know Jake Lloyd. He's from Indianapolis, and I've met him several times. We actually know each other, and so he's pretty cool. So he moved back to Indianapolis after Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So he played Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played Anakin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
How about you, Diana? How did you get involved in this industry?
My joke is always my first acting job was as the Virgin Mary for a Christmas play.
Awesome.
I love it.
You can't go wrong with that.
So I went to an all-girls Catholic high school in Tampa called the Academy of the Holy Names. And my family, very, very humble family, but they're like, you have to go to school. And I had a hard class to go to that one day. And there was an audition, and it was for a movie called Monster with Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
And my mom goes, we can't miss school today. And I said, you're going to ruin my life if you can't. I said, I feel it in my bones. I'm going to get it. It was just for a background part or whatever. And Sister Mary Glavin knocked on the door, and I was in history class. She goes, Durango. And I go, what do you want? She goes, come here, let's go outside. She goes, don't give me attitude. And I said, you're ruining my life. And she goes, I'm letting your mom take you out of school. She goes, but you have to let me go to the movie that you're going to play in. And I didn't know about Eileen Wuornos. I didn't know the storyline. I knew who Charlize Theron was. I didn't know I was going to be sitting down with Sister Mary Glavin looking at Charlize Theron getting raped by a baseball bat. Like, I was not
Yeah.
That was my first project. And then I went to USF. I worked with the Guzzo brothers. And then some really crazy stuff happened in my life. I had 5 people die in 1 year.
Oh, man.
To me. And I just didn't want to go into law school. I didn't want to do these things. And I was like, what's life about? And I'm like, nope, I'm going to do the acting thing. And I met up with Debbie Markowitz that Rick now knows. And Elias Plagiano's up north. And I started shooting feature films. And then I worked with Ben Stiller on Escape at Dannemora, and Linda Hamilton played my mother on a television series. And I have friends of mine that are shooting really, really big movies in Europe right now called The Man Who Saved Paris.
Wow.
It's just kind of, by the grace of God, I have this really big belief, just like with Rick said, that this just all came together because it was meant to. Mm-hmm. I think deep down in my soul, I always wanted to act, and God just kind of like looked, and I believe in God. Sorry, anybody that doesn't, but he kind of just looked and was like, you know what, I want to give that to you. And I never gave up. And I met Lisa, we introduced to Rick brought in Wendy, and we're all just one big happy family. Now I get to meet you guys, and you guys are great.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's odd. That's a really cool story.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
And I actually met Alexis. I auditioned Alexis for a television series. I know I auditioned you once with Wes Clark. She's freaking amazing. So when Rick goes, Alexis is working on this project, I'm like, yes. And then Kevin just like blew me away, and Wendy's just amazing. So, that's just, and Rick is awesome. So yeah. So, and you guys, let's make a movie. Let's do it. You guys.
Absolutely. We're down for that. We're in. How about you, Rick? Last but not least, how did you get into this industry?
I think it started way back when. Obviously, like I said, I've always loved movies, always loved writing. I ended up being an extra in a couple of movies here in Tampa. One was called The Phantom of the Ritz, and I was an extra there, and I kind of get my feet wet acting there. And then I was in a movie called In the Line of Fire with David Soul and Michael Gross, and that just really kind of got my juices flowing. But I really enjoyed. I still do some acting here and there. But to me, my creative thing and my whole thing is really behind the scenes. I love directing. I love writing. When the pandemic came and all production was shut down, I just felt like I was going insane, being locked up here. So I created a horror radio show called No Sleep Tonight, where I wrote the scripts, sent them off, had people record them. I edited them together, added music, made up sound effects, and put out 6 episodes and stuff. And it's got almost 8,000 downloads so far. So it's going really well.
I was going to bring that up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were? Okay. Well,
yeah, I know you got like 7,500 downloads. So
very cool.
Yeah. So
congratulations on that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And I just always love being creative, and I like horror especially. But I've done dramatic films. I've got I had Diana in Something Left to Give, which is a faith-based film, and so I pretty much dip my toes into everything. But horror is where my heart is.
Don't you have a new project coming out? You have Child's Play coming out.
Oh yeah. We're getting ready to shoot a Child's Play fan film now. I've already done one fan film now. Now we're going to do another one. So I wrote a script for that I'm pretty excited about, and we're getting together. Wendy's going to be involved in that. Kevin's involved in that. Diana's possibly going to be involved in that as well. So it's just all kind of just starting out right now. We just put a casting call out, so it's kind of coming together. And I have another short film that I told Diana about that I'm writing right now that's going to star her and might even star Lexi. Who knows? Called The Seance that I'm really excited about. So.
I like that.
That's really cool. That's
cool.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when does your film come out?
When's it premiere?
When does it premiere? This new one.
Well, I actually have 2 short films. I've got Halloween Death Walks Among Us and another short film that we shot called The Nightmare Collection Volume 2.
Okay.
Volume 1 is a DVD that was put out, and basically it's an anthology film where we had short films from all over the world, and we created a little wraparound story with a character called Necro Nancy that is created by Krista Grotti Saxon. She plays Necro Nancy. We introduce horror films, and we did that one like 20 years ago. And I've always wanted to do a Volume 2, so we went ahead and we shot the short wraparound film for that. That's being completed as well. They're both going to premiere on the 29th of October at an event over here that just they ended up putting us on 2 screens to split it up because the one sold out so quick, and now both screens have sold out. So on the 29th, they'll both premiere in that Mistress Mary Film Festival, and then the very next day on the 30th, we're going to release Halloween on YouTube for everybody in time for Halloween.
Okay,
awesome.
So tickets are sold out though.
Tickets are sold out. They always say when they sell out online that what she does is she has 1 or 2 seats available because she likes to have a couple for walk-ups in case somebody comes. But online, they're all sold out. Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually going to be a PA for you on this show, Death Walks Among Us, but I had COVID. And I would talk to Cookie, and I was like, I wanted to let you know I have COVID. And she was like, well, thank you for letting me know. And so that's why I couldn't make it.
Well, maybe you can be a part of part 2.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I follow you on Facebook, and so that's why I always am up on your casting calls to see what projects you're working on and what you have going on. So where can people find you guys on your social media, or if somebody wanted to book you,
or website,
or websites? We'll start with you, Rick.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram primarily. I have some Twitter stuff going on, but I still don't know how to use that very well. So it's basically Instagram and mainly Facebook.
Okay. And what is your name on that?
Rick, I think it's Danford, if I remember correctly, or it's Rick Danford altogether on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll double check.
Yeah. We'll put that in the notes.
You might need to, and then let me know.
Okay. Well, it sounds like
we'll do. How about you, Lexi?
I am on Facebook and Instagram as well. So under Lexi Baca.
Okay.
And Diana?
I'm on Facebook under Diana Durango-Valero. And no, I'm not married. So if anybody has a really hot husband person out there, please let them know I'm single.
Diana, do you have two Instagram accounts?
I have one, Diana Durango 813.
Because I definitely have been tagging the wrong person on this. And I was like, because you accepted my friend request. And I was like, I thought I already followed you, but I've been tagging the wrong person.
Nasty pictures. Am I doing that? Because
anything weird happened?
No. But I was like, all right. So, oops. But I'm gonna make sure I'm tagging the right person.
Yeah.
So Diana Durango 813. That's
okay.
There we go, 813.
And, what else? It's a private Instagram, so I always say add me and then start messaging me. And then also I life coach now. I'm in school to be a therapist. So if you guys need life coaching or need help getting out of those characters, message me for that as well. And good relationship coaching. I'm not good with my own relationships. So
but other ones you are.
There we go. Okay.
Other ones I am.
Okay.
That works. Yeah.
I'm not hating on that.
Yeah, that works. All right, Wendy, how about you?
On Facebook, you can find me as Wendy Feliciano. On Instagram, Wendy's Makeup. Wendy's Effects Makeup. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
Gotcha. All right, Kevin.
Okay. Facebook and Instagram mostly. I do have a couple of things that, like Rick said, I'm still trying to figure out Twitter. My IG account is Kedgley official _IG, and you can find me by my name on Facebook.
Oh, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you guys want to add for this episode, or anything we forgot to mention? Promote anything, Rick?
Well, as far as the Halloween thing goes, the only thing I really wanted to mention is kind of like what Diana touched on. I'm a huge fan of 80s horror. So one of the things that I did in this script is I had quite a few little shout outs and, like Kevin said, Easter eggs that we have to different horror movies, not necessarily just Halloween. And I wanted to kind of open it up. And now that we've done this, I've created a whole storyline for a sequel that's going to bring in some other famous horror icons to mix in with the whole thing. And I'm really excited about doing that. But I'm curious, one of the things I want to put out there after the movie plays, I want to put out there and get some people to respond back to me to how many of those little throwouts and shout outs and stuff like that they caught.
Okay.
One of them you can hear on the trailer, by the way.
I did watch the trailer. I was going to bring that up too. That the trailer was awesome.
We'll have to rewatch it.
But
did you posted at the very beginning
on the radio.
Yes.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I put it on Twitter or on Instagram, and I tagged you. But I'll put it on our Facebook, our Limitless Broadcasting Facebook. So we were promoting that you guys were going to be on. I'm all about the promotion.
Yeah.
My mom, Rick, I just wanted to put this out there. I put it on, like, you know how you can get like the stuff and put it on the television. You can like look at it. My mom goes, "Oh my God, that's a really scary movie." And she goes, "Oh my God, Diana, that girl looks just like you."
Somebody else told me a story. I think that was Lisa that said that her husband, Michael, watched the trailer and he thought like, "Oh, wow, this is this really cool looking Halloween movie coming out." And then at the end of the trailer, he saw Lisa and he's like, "Wait a minute, that's you." You didn't realize.
Oh, that's so funny.
So good. Rick, what's the Instagram for the movie?
The movie doesn't have its own Instagram, but you can you can see the trailer, and the website is Halloween deathwalksamongus.com. That's where we're going to actually post it. It'll be on YouTube, but you can go to that website and actually see the movie and all the behind the scenes stuff.
Rick, let me ask you one more question. You said that there's going to be a part 2 on this. When are you guys going to try to film that?
Well, I got to do the Chucky thing first, and then I've got the Seance one that we're looking at putting together quickly, and then I've also got 2 feature films right now that I've got a major investor that's looking at stepping up on one of them, and if that happens, everything else takes a backseat to that. But my plan is probably early next year sometime for the sequel, and like I said, I'm even more excited about the story I have for the sequel than I am about the original one.
Okay. Really? That's good.
Oh,
so let me ask you guys one more question. What are your guys' favorite horror movies before we let you go?
I don't know if Diana will have an answer, but
give me a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the difference between horror and thriller?
Not much.
Well, horror's usually got blood and guts, monsters.
More bloody.
Give me like 5 seconds on this one. Okay, let me.
We'll start with Kevin on this one.
Killers.
Kevin's got to have it in.
Kevin has to have this in the bag.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Either Friday the 13th films or Halloween films, of course.
Yeah, for me it's
Okay.
Halloween. I've
Yeah.
always loved Halloween since the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
except for
I'm
part
going
3.
Halloween too.
Good choice. I like
I'm going Halloween as well.
So I love The Shining. That always freaked me
Awesome.
out.
I love that.
Shining.
Yes,
I mean,
Good
that
one.
the way they
Yes.
build up, I cannot be in an empty room like that. With, I mean, just the what it does, and that woman in the bathtub, and what was it?
Yeah.
Hello, Danny, want to play? And I'm like, holy shit, red rum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know they filmed The Shining in Colorado.
Yes.
That hotel.
Yeah,
The Shanley Hotel.
I grew up. Well, I grew up. I was after California. I moved to Colorado, and we went to the hotel where The Shining was. And
Really?
Oh, wow.
It's
Wow.
so scary. Just to be, just like you can feel, just like like when you're in. Oh,
Yeah.
it was scary.
So I'm actually
bad.
shooting a paranormal show for I have a friend that works for Netflix. He has a studio deal with them. So we're shooting a bunch of content for them. So the next thing I'm working on is we're shooting this paranormal show.
Yep.
And we want to go to the Stanley Hotel and go
Oh,
ghost
yeah,
hunting.
that's a good
Check it
one.
out.
So we're going to go there and rent it out and we're going to do our own private tours. So
Yeah.
Are you out of Tampa?
I'm out of Orlando.
So we have a very old hospital here. It's very well known to be very haunted. It's called the Don Vincente. It's now the Don Vincente of Ybor Hotel,
Okay.
but it was a hospital, and it's very, very haunted because so many people died. And where's
Okay.
where's old cigar bar in the bottom? That was really
Okay.
moving.
Oh,
So we were shooting
Oh.
the pilot at Sunland Mental Institution
Where it used to be.
in Pine Hills.
Yeah.
So we're shooting that now.
Scary.
And then we're
It's
there's no
creepy,
building.
but
It's
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
They have like a playground there. It's weird. I
And
don't
then
know.
we're gonna go to the Greenwood Cemetery. So we're gonna have
Yeah.
2 episodes in one because
Cool.
there's no building.
You started filming?
Yeah, we've already started filming.
Has
Yeah.
anything touched you?
No.
No, not yet.
No.
But like
Rick
I
shot.
love
at my-
paranormal stuff.
Rick shot at my grandfather's old house. My grandfather died. And Rick, do you want to tell the story about how we were haunted?
No. You tell the story.
Lisa, Wendy's daughter, takes the picture. And then we look at the picture and we go, oh my God, do you see that? And there was a face. Like there is literally a face in the back. And then while we're shooting, some people are doing like brujeria into the
Oh
river.
yeah. We were shooting late at night. It was something like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning or something, and
it's a
Diana
full
was doing
moon.
like she normally does when it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's being out of the streets singing and dancing and screaming. So
Of course.
while we were doing that, some guy pulled up in a truck because it was like a big pond across the street. So we watched the guy, and he pulled up in a truck, backed the truck up, and got out of the truck and threw all this stuff into the water. And Diana was saying, "Oh, he's just throwing all the chicken bones and stuff after their ceremony." I'm like, "All right, great."
It was
Great.
yeah, it was really like ooh.
Oh my gosh.
But I just want to go over and say the newest one that I really like is The Haunting of Hill House. Is that
That's
the
right.
one?
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's
the
pretty good.
girl like falling, and then you see her neck break. That was just, and you were always wondering why is her neck so weird, and you see it just crack and break, and
right.
Yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah. All right, Rick, how about you?
Mine's kind of a toss up. I mean, I'm like Kevin. I have so many films, whether depending on the genre and this and that. If I had to choose just one, I almost couldn't. To me, it's a cross between An American Werewolf in London and Shaun of the Dead.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, very good movies.
Yeah.
I could watch those movies every day.
So I know we asked you, Rick, but do you guys have any other projects coming up that you guys want to promote or anything?
Rick,
Crickets.
Oh, I already told him mine.
No,
Yeah.
no, I think he's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he talked about everything.
Okay.
Well, I
Diana's
have,
got the seance coming up, and possibly Lexi as well. And I can't speak for Kevin and Wendy. They can say what they got going on.
Oh,
Well, we're just doing a bunch of short films. We've been auditioning for certain ones, and
Yep.
And Chucky.
yeah,
And Chucky.
yeah, and Chucky,
Chucky.
yeah.
I definitely want to help you out with
I keep
Chucky,
forgetting about
Rick.
Absolutely, yeah. The more the merrier. That's one of the things I try to do. Like they mentioned about the whole family thing on set. That's one, and Winnie can attest to this too. I stress that. I want to be able to walk away from every set and really happy that I got involved with these people. And I want to be able to look back on it years from now and say, man, we had a lot of fun on that set. We not only put out a good project, but we had a good time. We make good people. And to me, if you can't do that, it's not worth doing. So I'm always looking to work with new people. So absolutely, we'd love to work with you.
And everyone that's involved in all of Rick's films, I mean, I love everybody. It's a big family, and if
really
we
is so
weren't
much fun.
family before, we are family now because we've spent so much time together and get to know each other a lot better.
That's awesome.
So great.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on.
Sammy,
when I will get this out very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I know your premiere's coming up, so we'll get this out
quickly.
very fast.
Get it edited, So
thank you guys so much, and we're looking forward to.
Are you guys coming?
No, unfortunately, we're not. We already have some plans. Like, we're going to Halloween Horror Nights, and so I'm a big Halloween Horror Night fan. Yeah, and she went all out and got the dinner.
Like dinner, red ass, all that.
So I'm a big fan. So that's
nice.
We moved down here. I didn't know about Halloween Horror Nights, but when we did, we've been going ever since. The only time we didn't go is during COVID.
Yeah, that's the only time we went.
So,
well, watch out for Michael Myers.
That stuff where they give you a password like "Don't touch me" or like "Don't scare me." Do they have that?
I don't think so.
I don't think that one does.
I remember one time we went there, and a guy almost snuck up on me, and I almost hit him. Like, I didn't see him, and he was
like ready.
So close to getting hit. And then I had to stop myself. I was like, he's just a scare actor.
It's
not real.
Actors. Oh. My sister works at all the theme parks, and that's what she does. She's one of the scare people. So don't hit her.
I know. I won't. But that guy got me good, and I was like, wait a minute, I got to get my bearings.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely watch the movie on YouTube. We love the trailer.
Sunday.
And so we'll check it out on Sunday. But thank you guys so much for being on here, and we'll get this out ASAP.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You Can't Kill the Boogeyman podcast is produced and hosted by Robby and Sammi Brooksby as part of the Limitless Broadcasting Podcast Network. Post-production and intro by Sammi Brooksby. Follow the show on Instagram at BoogeymanPod. You can also follow the Limitless Broadcasting Company at Limitless Broadcasting and your horror hosts at Robert 1950 Studios and at The Samalam. We also have a TikTok at 1950 Studios. Email your creepy comments and spooky suggestions to us at boogeymanpod@gmail.com. Don't forget, everyone is entitled to one good scare. Have a horrific week.